This morning, gas and patience running low at the pump.
In May 2021, the east coast of the United States of America was hit by fuel shortages.
Emergency declarations issued in 4 states, with more than 1,700 gas stations from Florida to Maryland out of fuel.
The Colonial Pipeline had been compromised and stopped altogether.
The biggest fuel pipeline system in the United States remains crippled by a cyber attack that's being called the worst of its kind in the US.
Today, the FBI put out a statement pointing the finger at a group of hackers. The FBI says the DarkSide ransomware is responsible for the compromise of the Colonial Pipeline networks.
A ransomware group, Darksiders or Black Matter, was behind the attack.
The Department of Energy is working directly with Colonial to get the pipelines back online and operating at full capacity as quickly and safely as possible.
But 5 months later, it would come out through a source of another ransomware group, Lockbit. This was a group named Alpha BLACKCAT. And when asked who they are, the answer will send chills down your spine. Black Matter had just rebranded. Alpha or BLACKCAT ransomware group is dubbed the most sophisticated ransomware of 2021 and 2022. This group emerged in 2020 around November, suspiciously after Revol had been brought down, believed to be ex-Revol and ex-Black Matter. Alpha ransomware is unique in several ways. First, they pioneered Rust to build their ransomware, which makes their ransomware multi-platform. They attack VMware, ESXi, Linux and Windows, uses AES encryption by default. It has built-in privilege escalation, and it also terminates and deletes all snapshots in VMware ESXi service. They are believed to be Russian, but also they are believed to have American and European affiliates. Let's talk about their modus operandi. BLACKCAT ransomware group is actually a ransomware as a service. It is built on Rust, and there are several reasons for this. First, its stability. Second, integration. And third, it makes it multi-platform, which means they can attack Windows and Linux. They use a triple extortion tactic. They're going to steal data. They're going to encrypt that data with ransomware, and then they'll put pressure on you by giving you a DDoS. Their ransom ranges anywhere between $300,000 and $3 million, which is about 50 million to 150 million Kenya shillings. They are known to exploit vulnerabilities in Windows and in Linux systems. Most common vulnerabilities are a privilege escalation vulnerability, CVE 2019-7481, which is an SQL injection on a Sonic Wall service which allows remote access on Sonic Wall devices, CVE 2021-31207, CVE 2021-3452-3, CVE 2021-34473. The last two are proxy shell vulnerabilities and are actually ranked critical. BLACKCAT conducts recon on potential victims using several tactics. The first, active vulnerability scanning. The second one is seeking out victim identities. So if they are targeting an organization, they're going to go to LinkedIn and Twitter and look for employees and people who have access to that organization. They can use already compromised credentials. This is by going through dumps on the dark net or something and finding previous leaks that had happened. Alpha normally gains initial access through 2 main ways. Using valid accounts, they could have bought them or they could have retrieved them through spear phishing campaigns, but also exploiting public-facing interfaces. For example, Microsoft Exchange servers, which can be found through Shodan, by creating hundreds of accounts and putting them in the local admin group. This gives them persistence in your system. Should you even find one, there are at least 99 other problems that you have, especially when they are attacking ADFS. The privilege escalation uses 2 tactics. First is UAC bypass, and the second one is the CVE we mentioned earlier, 2016-0099, privilege escalation vulnerability that is rated 7.5 on the CVSS score. They make money from ransom demands. They only accept payment in Monero, but they can accept payment in Bitcoin, but there will be a penalty, a little bit extra for doing that transaction in Bitcoin. Their demands range anywhere between $400,000 to $3 million, mostly averaging around 1.5, 2.5 million dollars. This equates to about 56 million Kenya shillings to anywhere to 200 million. The FBI FBI gave a warning on Alpha and BLACKCAT Ransomware Group in 2022 around April. Small businesses and companies to be alert about these new threats. 60 organizations that have gone down, and that's just in their first 5 months. That's in April 2022. Since then, they are in the thousands, actually believed to be about 1,400. BLACKCAT is known to attack industries indiscriminately. They don't care if they are children, healthcare, but they seemed to be disproportionately targeting healthcare, government, and energy installations. They also seem to be disproportionately attacking organizations in the US and in the UK. The US accounting for 48.6% of attacks, the UK 23.9%, and Australia come at a close 5%. Other countries impacted by BLACKCAT ransomware are Germany, India, Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria. Over 50 countries impacted by alpha APTs have been seen deploying BLACKCAT's ransomware. Ryuk and Revol are known to have an association with BLACKCAT and have even shared payloads. APTs that have been seen using BLACKCAT payloads are all Russian-speaking. Dev0504 and this Fin12. These are all Russian-speaking groups. Let's talk about their victims. They have very high-profile victims. The first one being the Colonial Pipeline, which is what propelled them into the world stage. Florida International University, Bandai Namco, a gaming company which is responsible for big titles that we play like Elden Ring, Pac-Man, Tekken, the games behind Dragon Balls and One Piece animes, Soul Calibur, Swiss Ports, which is a company that manages airports around the world, which led to the compromise of Kenya Aviation Authority. Alpha has gone to war with another ransomware group. Conti put out an affidavit that the people shouldn't trust BLACKCAT and Lockbit because they were stealing chats from Conti to scam their affiliates and their recruits. Alpha and Lockbit responded in kind. In 2023, Alpha has not slowed down whatsoever. Some of the biggest targets that Alpha has hit, honorable mentions being the Kenya Aviation Authority, Reddit, which is actually the most recent one, Western Digital, which is a big IT company in Canada and the US, but NHS Trust, which is something to do with the UK Health, and Amazon, because they believed to have compromised their Ring service, the cameras and the doorbells that Americans are putting on their houses so that the FBI can pretend to look out for them. So how would you prevent an attack from Alpha? When you look at the vulnerabilities that they exploit, the first advice would be make sure your systems are up to date. The firewall, the antivirus, the servers, the firmware, the Windows machines you're running, the Linux machines you're running, everything should just be up to date. The second thing is to have offline backups. They've been known to compromise backups as well. And last but not least is have backups in isolated media. I'm talking hard drives, SSDs that are not connected at all. They're just stored. Remember, they use AES encryption and they're going to extort you for the stolen data. They're going to extort you to decrypt your data and then DDoS you to increase the urgency. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing and covering other ransomware groups. Please leave a like and a comment. Maybe you can watch our other videos. Watch this one, which is 2023 Guide to Teach Yourself Cybersecurity. Self-taught and absolutely free. Yeah, that's a good one. Click on that. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.